Hey everybody, this is Will, your host of the SHIB Worldwide 50/50 raffle. This is your update. We are running a little behind, just a little, just a tad. Okay, one, two, buckle my shoe. 3, 4, open the door. Who is in? Who's in the house? Who's in the house? What do we have here? We're at 13. OMG. Oh, why? Because I gotta. Etherscan IO. Every once in a while we look at Etherscan. Okay, so we were at 1,500,000, 509,301 wallet holders on the Ethereum blockchain. Yay! What does that mean? That means we are up 0.02% on the day. The highest that we've gotten is 1,510,000 wallet holders. Not sure if you're watching that or not. We are at 12,805, 12,805, 12,804, 12,803. Right. And coming down a little bit. Now, we talked about the 35 times discount. That's what it is now. 35 times discount. So right now, if you're to buy it, you're getting it at a massive discount. For those that are selling it, congratulations to those that are buying it. Woo-wee! Just to let you in on a little secret, we have burned over 10 million SHIB in the last 6 hours. Woo! We are at 17 hours, we burned 18 million. So in the last 24 hours, we've burned a whopping, hold on for it, $29 million and change. So 29 million SHIB sent to the abyss, sent to the dead end wallets. Now, we talked to a bunch of people that were in here the other day, and they had mentioned that SHIB doesn't have any utility. What's that? I'm looking right at the shibburn.com, and what is that? Everybody, I want you to go look at the debt clock, the U.S. debt clock for the world. Go punch it up. Here, I'll even bring out the link here myself. Go to Google, go debt, worldwide debt, DBT clock. Boom. Watch this. It says U.S. debt clock on the top. Click on it. And it's www.usdebtclock.org. Click on that link. Oh, look at that. $36 trillion in debt. 36 trillion. But they increased their GDP by 2 trillion. That's awesome. US. So they're actually $6 trillion in debt. So they have to bring that down. And you know what it says up there, the public debt clock? It says 100%. Actually, that's not 100%. That is more like 130%. Wow, that's incredible that they would actually put that in there. That Japan's at 290%. They've increased their gross domestic product by 1 trillion. So they were at 3, now they're at 4. So there's still 3 trillion. Yeah. So that's roughly, that's not even right itself, because it's over 3 trillion in debt that they are. Okay, so it's not quite right. India is in pretty good shape at 92.47. UK is in really bad shape. It's at 113%. Yeah, there are 4 trillion, and it says 3.69. France is in trouble. Italy's in trouble. Brazil is just basically even. Canada, forget about it. Canada wants to go into another 500 trillion on top of what we are right now. So we're at 118% negative. So, Babes channel, massive welcome, massive love, shout out to everybody throughout the world, right? So that is your debt clock. So $36 trillion in debt and climbing. Now, mind you that the GDP has gone up by 2 trillion, so that's great for America. The highest in pretty much the entire world, right? The only one behind them is China. As far as GDP, no one else touches them. Not even close to the U.S. Not even close, which is awesome, right? So, but they're 36 trillion. They're also the highest debt ceiling. And what's SHIB at right now? Not even close to offsetting that balance. How many people know about SHIB? But everybody's got not a problem with growing debt. They don't have a problem with it. But when you start reducing the circulating supply, they don't get it either. Right? They go, oh, no. I mean, you're so used to borrowing money that you're gotten so used to debt that you're looking at it in all the wrong ways. Remember that song? Looking for love in all the wrong places. Everybody remember that song? Anybody? Everybody? Yeah, well, that's what this is doing. Okay, so if you go on to the usdebtclock.org, you'll see for yourself where we stand. When I was looking at this before, it was actually worse because it was more like $8 trillion in debt for the U.S. Now they've increased it. So they've increased their amount of GDP, which is awesome. Trump is doing a fantastic job then, right? Only problem is the beautiful bill is going to add $5 trillion to that deficit. Nice, beautiful bill that he's posting out there. But Americans will be safer. What was the other one? They'll be safer. They'll have no tax on tips and no tax on overtime. So that tax cut helps Americans grow their economy. The tariffs also grow their economy because it tells them that people will need to come or migrate to the U.S. to build their products. So it brings in more millionaires, more billionaires to set down roots and figure out ways to offset what. But in California, they're doing the opposite. See, California and the Democrats, they're out of touch with reality. They're going to increase the wages, which is going to increase inflation. And that's what they want to do to show that, hey, Trump's not doing such a great thing. He's horrible at it. Well, it's their state that they're doing it to. It's hurting their state, is what they're doing. Because what's going to happen is more unemployment out of it. Yeah, you can raise the wages, but the companies can't afford to pay it. Mark Anthony, welcome to the show. Yes, we're all part of the SHIB gang. And why do we only cover SHIB, Mark? Any reason why we only cover SHIB? The only currency in the entire world where it is actually giving you back money. I wish everybody else could see that. I wish they could honestly come out and make a statement about it. I'm still waiting for Luckside to come out and make a statement. I saw him today. He's talking about the Bollinger Bands. He's talking about, I'm like, you're talking about SHIB here. SHIB. Trading at 35 times discount. Not 100% discount. No. 35 times discount from where it should be. It doesn't matter about the Bollinger Bands. It doesn't matter about the ROI. It really doesn't matter about this SHIB, SHIB, should be going through the roof. Through the roof. When we got to 405 US, it should have just kept going. Right? because we're reducing all the time. We're reducing 28 million in the last 19 hours. Gone. Gone forever. Bye. See you. Right? All of it gone. Right? Somebody came in and said that they're not decentralized because they have a staking capability. The staking is all set up by the ecosystem development team. Thank you very much. If you look closely, you'll see it on the SHIB swap. But how many of them actually catch it? That means they don't want to do due diligence. Maybe Elon will buy some. I'm pretty sure that we're going to get a bidding war between the exchanges buying it. I'm actually shocked that we haven't already, because Robinhood's been stealing it from everybody. Crypto.com has been secretly hiding it, and Binance is making no secrets at all about it. They're blatantly coming out and putting it on their Ethereum blockchain how much they own, holding it, not even selling it, not even trading it, holding it. So we don't know if they're doing it on every single country or if it's just in their own house. But we do know they're hoarding it, and they're hoarding trillions of it. Almost 10 trillion SHIB is being hoarded by Binance right now. Binance is also reducing SHIB circulating supply, 1 billion per quarter. So just keep that in mind. Our quarter is coming up this month, so we're getting 1 billion SHIB reduced. Yay! Right? June. So about June 20th, we should see 1 billion SHIB eradicated from supply. We had 2 billion eradicated last time. One was by Binance. The other one was by an unknown source. I don't know that source. If someone could find out who that source is that was burning it. I think it's a new token that was coming out. Do we like that? Absolutely. Is it sustainable? Obviously not. They haven't continued burning it, which is ridiculous, because what we want is we want them to understand what reducing the circulating supply actually does. Reducing circulating supply increases scarcity. No, it creates FOMO, right? Fear of missing out. That's exactly what it's meant for. You should be afraid of missing out, because less supply means higher demand. We're adding value, but the value is not being seen. We already told you what the value is. 3 zeros, 564. That's the value of SHIB. So you take that value times by what, divided by what the price is right now, that gives you your times. That's how many times we are selling at a discount. And how do we know that? Mark, we talked about this yesterday. I talked about it. The day before, I talked about it too. Don't like to, beat a dead horse to death, but why do we talk about it? Any reason? No reason? Okay, reason why we bring this up every single time is because when SHIB had the massive run in March, it was created by Shibarium, right? Shibarium burned 56 billion, brought it up to 5, right? 4 zeros, 5, 5, 8, somewhere around there. Well, 694 billion is 12 times greater than Shibarium burn. 12 times, and we never got recognition for that. That happened over 4 years. So we burned 694 billion SHIB. But every time we do a burn, there's some yo-yo or someone telling you, hey, it means nothing when you have 589 trillion. The first thing we say to them is, $6 million means nothing to you. Absolutely nothing. $6 million means zero. How does 6,133,734.60 strike you as getting back into the community? That's given to every single person in the community. Means nothing? Tell that to the SHIB community. Tell them, stand up and say $6 million means nothing. Are you kidding me? How many lives could be changed with $6 million? How many lives? There's 5.3 billion people on the planet that don't want a single cent from anybody. How many scam artists are going on right now? What, 5,000, 6,000? How many hackers trying to hack different systems right now to get an extra couple bucks in their wallets? How many? Thousands of them. There's 5.3 billion people on the planet. 6 million means nothing in US dollars? Nothing. How can anyone say that? How can anyone say that? But that's what they're telling everybody in SHIB. They sell your SHIB, buy this other coin. Buy this other coin. See this shiny new coin? Yeah, I know it's got issues and it's been hacked a couple times. That don't mean anything. It's way down. You can make 50 times your money or zero. But they don't talk about the zero. They talk about the 50 times your money. Yeah, 50 times your money. Right? So sell your SHIB and buy this new thing. It doesn't have value and it doesn't have a utility, but neither does SHIB. Yeah, but SHIB's burning theirs. They're giving it back to the community. It's like share buybacks, except it's better because it's pretty much at market. So when you're getting that back, that means there's less supply for everyone else to buy into. Oh, no. Sell it and move into our coin. We like you. Yeah, but it's governed. Yeah, but these guys got a good track record. Their names are Skippy and Scoodles. And you see their faces? Yeah, they look like someone who'd ran over them a couple times. Because they're cartoon characters. Oh, no, that's Skippy. That's Skadoodle. So when you release your coin, Skip and Skadoodle are skedaddled. Well, no. Right. So everybody likes a new shiny thing, but the problem is it doesn't have value. Pepe doesn't have value. Doge has work, right? So they're given that has utility, world-class utility. That's not utility. That's just someone trying to take advantage of the situation. Proof of work, right? So what they do is to enhance more consumers or customers, they put it out. If they have proof of stake, more people would be more interested in proof of stake because it's riskier, but it pays better because it pays daily. You get daily returns on it. But Doge doesn't do anything with their supply. So their whole thing is basically the whole purpose of it is to keep people there is, hey, we got proof of work. Proof of work works better for the community because it doesn't require as much money to operate. Well, that's true, but you still got to put money in towards it. You still got to put all your Doge to work for it. And you don't get very much back in return. Not like if you put it in something else, like Cardano, who give a better dividend than Doge. Same thing with DOT. But DOT, again, like I said, they made a mistake. When companies make a mistake, they get punished. People sell off on their stock, right? The dividend drops because they got to allow for the purpose for it to run its course. And they call that redevelopment or what the hell is it? Not re-engineering. It's everybody hates this word. What's the word we're looking for? When a company rebuilds, it's like rebuilding. Yeah. So it's like rebuilding, restructuring, right? When you hear restructuring, what does that mean to everybody? Layoffs. That's right. Layoffs. We're restructuring the company. Layoffs. They're looking for buyers. Yeah, that's right. So when you hear restructuring, the first thing you think of is, oh, am I next? I better start looking for a job. That's when a company starts doing it. Same thing with cryptocurrencies. Same idea. They can't afford to pay you anymore, so they're asking you to volunteer your services in hopes that you're going to get paid. If it doesn't pan out, I'm sorry, we're not going to be able to pay you. Okay, well, we're going to get into today's news on SHIB. What is it? I'm still not done with the migration. Migration's taking a while. Hey, guys, sorry about that. But, yeah, there is no one buying SHIB raffle tickets. I don't know why. You would figure that everybody would be trying to jump into the website, find out what's going on. If not, just out of curiosity, right? Like from just a curiosity point of view, I was expecting maybe 20, 30,000 people a month, maybe 50 to 60,000 people over the course of, I thought it was going to be exponential. I thought first I'll have maybe 1,000 people in a couple of days. That didn't happen. I got 3 or 4. And then I got 12 and 14 people. And then I got 20 to 30 people. And then it dropped right down to 2 and 4, 6, 8, 10, under 10, 5, 6, 15, 20, 30 people one day. I'm like, wow, that's how you're not going to sell tickets. That's horrible, right? No one wants to hear that noise, especially when it's going to be reducing circulating supply, increasing what? More demand. People still don't understand that concept. And this is why I think it takes forever in a day when we have a massive sell-off or massive burn. Sorry, massive burn. We do a massive burn, 410 trillion, we have a sell-off. Are you kidding me? Did everybody just go to sleep and not wake up somewhere? Or they think it's bad? It's like, but you have no problem printing more money. You understand that concept. But as soon as someone starts adding value by reducing the circulating supply, oh no, that's a bad thing. That's really bad. How is that bad? It's increasing your value that you're holding. Oh, no. No, it isn't. That's something else. There's no way they could do that. How can they do that? Adding value? They added value. Wouldn't the price go up? Well, you would think. Dude, the light bulb should have went off a long time ago. Like, this is even better than the newscasters that come out and say that we're making 20, 30% on our money. You're not making 20, 30% on your money. You're making a lot more. You're getting more value. Now, that value is not being looked at, apparently. That's why we're trying to educate everybody. Okay, so Mark Anthony wants me to point out the burns, what burns mean. Okay. I want you to think of the most valuable thing you have in the house, or your house is the most valuable thing. Okay? In your house being the most valuable, right? But how many houses are on the market? A lot. Okay. What next week all the houses sell, or the people stop selling their houses? What would happen to the market? Any guess? Doesn't matter how much people make. Doesn't matter. The thing is that there's less supply. Instantly less supply. So what does that mean? That means that potentially your house will start to go up in value. And now you put the house on the market. So you're like, hey, the house is going on the market. Are you going to ask for less money or more money than the market? Well, my house is valued more, so I'm going to ask for more. Not the SHIB holders. Not the SHIB holders. The SHIB holders are happy to sell it to you. Their $500,000 house for 50 grand. Isn't that awesome of them? 50 grand. Their $500,000 house, it went up in value. Hey, it went up. Yay! But I'm going to sell it for $50,000. Sold! That's SHIB, my friends. Right now, that's SHIB. 35 times your money. Instantly. People are willing to take that kind of a hit on their money. That is insane. Absolutely insane. So the burns mean more value added because you're reducing the amount of what? Land that's available to everybody. That's how you got to look at it. Okay, so you're taking SHIB, you're reducing the circulating supply. You're taking the houses off the market. They're gone forever. Okay, it gives you what? More land. Because it's valuable. Now it's got more value because there's less of it. So you got more of it. You get more bang for your buck, right? If you're holding it. Now, if you don't hold it, don't worry about it. Buy some. And then what do we tell everybody? Don't buy any more than a raffle ticket's worth of SHIB because you don't have to. Right on. You don't have to. So why would you, right? That's the whole thing. It's cheap. It's like borscht. Especially when like $100, 35 times is $3,500. Sign me up. When can it happen? Tomorrow. Really? Yep. People stop selling it. Eventually, with all these releases that are coming out, people are going to catch on to it and understand that. So the burn is actually reducing, eliminating, disposing, diminishing, restricting, limiting, reducing. What's the other one? Diminishing, exterminating, eliminating, annihilating, abyss, sending it to the abyss, gone forever, down the black hole. Everybody understands the black hole. Once it goes there, it's gone. Boom. Never return. Ever. They can never print, mint, anything anymore. Once it's gone there, it's gone. There's no CEO, no CFO, no wages of any kind. Nobody runs SHIB. That's how come we can host a SHIB 50/50 raffle in the first place, is because it's not owned by anybody. And if someone ever says anything that you can't host a worldwide 50/50 raffle, the first thing we say to them is, find out if SHIB is a currency in your country. The first thing we say to them, see if a SHIB is a legit currency in your country. It's not. Okay. So can we host a raffle in your country if it's not legal tender? Well, yeah, if it's not legal tender, you can. But it's got to have a money value associated with it. Okay. So what's your fiat currency? Rubles? Pesos? It doesn't hold any water in that currency. It's got zero value. That's exactly right, Mark. It's exactly right. So when you reduce it, it should reflect the price. Like we said before, here's the value. The value, not market value, the value of SHIB, right? This is exactly what it's worth, right? The 30564. That's where that roof is. Now, that's not market value. That's just value. Market value is even higher, right? Because everybody knows what market value is. It's a lot higher than value. Okay, well, we're just talking the bottom of the barrel. Well, we're way down here. The price is way down here. Value is here. Price is here. And if you look at every other exchange, every other currency, on every other company, where's the value? Value is way down here, right? And the price is way up here. Sometimes it's only 10 times to 12 times the value. But it's market value that it's sitting at, not value. Value is down here. It's sitting at market value. Market value is whatever you're willing to pay for it above the value. You go to Tesla, you look at the value, you find out it's $4.94. Well, how the flippin' bloody hell can it be trading at $365 then? If the value is at $4.95, well, that's the value of Tesla. $4.65. That's its PE ratio. That's the bottom line. Now, the value is about 10 times that, right? So what? $40. That's the fair market value of Tesla. Well, what happened to that? Sky's the limit. $365 per every share of Tesla. Slightly overvalued? Oh, yeah. But what are people willing to pay for it? $364 for it. Thank you very much. Okay, so now you understand why SHIB is at a discount. Like, it's not funny. It's severe. Okay? It should never be considered a cryptocurrency, a part of the top in the cryptocurrencies. It should be a currency onto itself because it's always reducing. There's not a single currency on the face of the planet that reduces. Even Bitcoin is minting right now. They're just minting it really slow. And if you look at gold, gold is also increasing the amount that's being influxed into the marketplace. SHIB is not. SHIB is going the opposite way. So it's like a currency working backwards, getting more and more value for your dollar. Eventually, not everybody is as smart as the rest of us. We're going to catch on to this, and it's going to drive the market in what direction? SHIB is going to go in one direction with everything, because people are going to start realizing they're going to get flushed out from billionaires and millionaires when they find out about it. And they're probably already found out about it. No, they haven't, because if they did, you wouldn't see SHIB at this price. What you would see is an influx of the amount of people trying to manipulate it. Right now, we're not seeing that manipulation on a massive scale, and I mean a massive scale. We would see billions of SHIB being traded hands every second. Every second, guys. You're not seeing that yet. Once you start seeing that, you know for a fact SHIB is going this way. Okay? They're going to try and toggle with it, but there's too many people all want the same pie. And they start to realize that pie is worth a lot more money than what it's being adapted to. So the value is here, and then where's the market value? The value is way down, the price is way down here. So it's got a long way before it gets to that point. So how many times will it trade hands, and how many people are going to take advantage of it when it does? That's what you got to ask yourselves. And how many people are going to be selling it when they should be loading up? Like, it's a no-brainer. This is why I keep telling everybody, it's a no-brainer. You're going to make a lot of money in SHIB. If you have $36,000 in it, you're going to make, or $40,000 or $50,000. It's insane the amount of money you're going to make. But the thing is that this is the trick. It's almost like a trap for people, because they don't understand that adding value is actually adding value. They don't understand that concept. They understand your house. Oh, if I hold on to my house for 2 more years or 3 more years, I'm going to make an extra $50,000, $60,000 on it. Just from just doing nothing, just having it sit and waiting. They understand that concept, but they don't understand the concept that SHIB is actually turning around money every second of every day. With more wall holders coming in and people are starting to take advantage of it, there should be nobody should be left out. Everybody should be taking advantage of it. How many times you see opportunities like this? They never happen, guys. This never, ever happens. This is not a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It just never happens. Have you ever seen a currency reduce itself? No, you see them do what? Go bankrupt. That happens. That means they have to start all over from scratch. They got to come up with a new currency, influx that currency, and borrow the piss out of it, because they still got to pay their debtors. But they only have to pay them back a certain percentage of what they took in. But they're starting with negativity again. SHIB is positive for the entire everybody in SHIB. So why does everybody want your SHIB? They want you out of it. They don't want you in it, because they know it's got a lot of holders behind it. They want all those holders to buy their stuff. And I'm telling you, you don't need to buy anything of theirs. In fact, you can only buy $20 every week, or every month if that's all you can afford. Or every 2 months if that's all you can afford. It doesn't really matter what you can afford, but you need to get into it immediately. You should have some of it, right? And how much is that investment? $5, $10, $20? It costs you more to set up a bank account than it does to put it into SHIB. That's the truth of it. So, yeah, we're not able to host a raffle draw. I'm still working on the website just to keep you updated. I'm still working on new stuff that's coming out. I did go on Clay Bros. I explained to Clay Bro, because he still doesn't understand value. Another one, and he's an influencer. He's got 5,000. He's got what 200,000 subscribers on his channel, and he talks about other coins. And I'm like, why are you talking about stuff that is irrelevant? SHIB is the only thing that makes any sense to anybody. And if I were him, I would just stick to SHIB. Focus on SHIB. Same thing with Luxide. He covers other coins. I only cover SHIB, because SHIB is the only thing that anyone needs. SHIB is the only thing you need. Exactly. But everybody says diversify. I say diversify. Yes, but make sure you stick to stuff that you can make money on and get out. of. So with crypto, it's tough. You have to do a lot of due diligence, and even then, you make mistakes because you're basically at the whims and the mercy of those that had a business. They watched it crumble, and made mistakes, and now they got into cryptocurrency. And that's why they don't host their names. They don't put their real names out there. They don't put their real faces out there. They're not. It's not that they're afraid. It's just that they know they made mistakes in the past. They don't want anyone to recognize who they are. Otherwise, why wouldn't they post it? Why wouldn't they say it? Like all the influencers, like myself, and Luxide, and Zach Humphreys, Matthew Perry. I love Matthew Perry. Matthew Perry's great. He covered Jasmine. He made a lot of money on the Terra Luna ordeal. He bought it really cheap, and then he sold it when it got high. So he didn't hide nothing. He's very transparent that way. I like that about people when they're very that transparent. And then he came back and said that the ecosystem development team in SHIB, because he used to be part of that team, they ousted him. They kicked him out when he brought up certain points. Like they were not telling everybody the whole truth. And he's very transparent. Like I said, he's a very transparent, very honest guy. So when he was part of the development team and they were saying that they wanted to do certain things, and he didn't want to follow the narrative. So then he came back and said, most of them have sold out of SHIB, or all their SHIB. They no longer hold it. Well, we found out that they did own it. They did have 9 trillion SHIB in it. We don't know who, but the Shiba Inu, when they put down Shiba Inu and they had 9 trillion SHIB, that I figured that's the ecosystem development team. Might only be 1 or 2 people that are in it. Would be the top, I would think. It wouldn't be anyone else. And what they were doing was they were selling it off rapidly. So they took their name off and went with anonymous, because it went from 9, 7, 7, 5, and then 4, and then their name is gone. So I'm pretty sure they're under 2 or just over 2 trillion SHIB left. Everybody know about Journey, right? We talked about Journey before. Journey wasn't smart. What they should have done was start reducing SHIB supply. They would have never went under. They would have backlashed and brought SHIB to a new light. And all they had to do was support it, get other exchanges to support it. No, all they had to do was start doing it themselves. Right? As soon as they would have done that, so many SHIB supporters would have jumped ship from whatever they were trading before and went straight to Journey. Would have helped Journey with their transactions, because their transactions dove off a cliff after their problematics that they had, overspending, because they were trying new things to try and bring in more revenue. All they had to do was reduce SHIB circulating supply. That's all these. That's what I don't understand. Why are these exchanges not reducing SHIB circulating supply? Reducing SHIB circulating supply increases their what? More demand for their product. So they get higher volume because everybody moves to their platform, because now it's more feasible, because with every single purchase that I'm going to make, it's going to go towards reducing SHIB circulating supply. Why wouldn't I do that? Even if the fees are a little higher, why wouldn't I do that for the whole SHIB community and myself? Right? If I'm going to make more money with more reductions, why don't we do that? This is the thing what I'm saying to you. This is why there's going to be a bidding war. It's inevitable. Right, guys? It's inevitable. It's going to happen. Whether you like it or not, whether or not you don't realize it, it's going to happen. Because not everybody is naive and ignorant to the facts. The facts are, we're constantly reducing SHIB circulating supply. We're constantly adding value to every single holder out there. Now, it hasn't caught on yet. No, it has not. But what, you want to wait for that to catch on? That's a good idea, right? Don't buy SHIB until you start seeing massive exchanges. All of them, 500 exchanges, start to jump into SHIB. That's a good idea. You're going to be buying SHIB at a lot higher price. Now, what price? You wake up one morning and find out it's at 3 zeros. 3 zeros 3, 3 zeros 4. And then you go, okay, now I'm going to buy it. Good idea. That's awesome, because now the percentage that you're going to make is 30 to 40%, 50, maybe even 200% from 35 times. Still not bad, and you don't have to wait, right? But you're going to be spending what? To buy the same amount of SHIB, from $13 to $130 to buy 1 million SHIB. Now it's not a lottery ticket anymore. Nope. Now you're investing, but you're only investing minimum amount, because most of what you'd be investing is thousands, right? Even at 1 cent, you're going to be investing at least $500 to $600. Now, you want to spend $500 or $600, or you want to spend 13. Choice is yours, right? Choice is yours. Like everybody, the choice is up to you, the investor. Remember, your $100 right now, $3,500. To get the same amount, you know how much money you have to spend. $3,500 to get the exact same amount later on, where you only had to spend $100 before. Like, that's the insanity part. And that, how many people know about it in the world? Because if they knew about it, wouldn't everybody want to be part of that pie? Wouldn't everybody want to be part of that success? Wouldn't everybody want to jump in? Like, instantly? We're not getting that. Why aren't we getting that? It's not being sent out. The message is not getting out to the world. And until it does, that's how long we're going to continue to do these. But I'm hoping that the raffle takes over, because I want to get there quicker. Of course, I want to make sure everybody gets there quicker. I know that if we do the raffle, it's going to take away from the world jumping in and being part of it. And that's sad. But they've had 4 years to get into it. And I'm sorry that no one else has brought this to their attention. It's really a shame that no one else has brought this to anyone's attention, because it should be brought to everybody's attention. Everybody should know about SHIB and the difference it's going to make in people's lives. In fact, it should be offsetting against the debts that are going on in the world. So right now we're at 74 trillion in debt for the world. And SHIB should be working the opposite, trying to offset that deficit. Now, it's not happening. God knows why. Eventually, it will. Okay? People will start borrowing SHIB to reduce their deficits. That's a guarantee. Okay? It's going to offset. It has to. You can't keep going in the same direction hoping for a different result. SHIB is the answer to that reduction and that's the whole point of it, right? It's going to happen eventually. I hope that SHIB is still cheap enough that people can afford to buy it. Of course, with the raffle, I know for a fact that you will have days, not weeks, to think about it. You'll have literally days to think about it, because what's going to happen is we're going to get a sell-off when we have massive burn. Happens every time. And we could wait 4 months before we start seeing a turnaround in SHIB's price, because that's what's happened in the past. People they don't like opposites. I don't know why. It's just funny, right? The psychology behind it, I'm not sure why. If someone could explain it to me, I'd be more than willing to listen to it. I have no idea why it's so much fun losing money. I don't know. I don't get it. I honestly don't understand it. It just baffles me. Just baffles me. You see something that doubles in value or triples in value, and they sell it for less money. It's like, are you what? If you knew what you were selling, like if you took your house, because your house is something everybody can relate to, right? Your house, $500,000. You're going to sell it for $50,000. No, I wouldn't. I'd never do that. I wouldn't do that. Would you sell it for $5,000? Are you kidding me? Why the frig? No, I wouldn't. I never, ever do that. Really, you're headstrong about that. I'm very strong about that. But you'll take SHIB and sell it for 35 times less. Well, that's okay. What? That's okay. Really? Yeah, it's just the market. It's just the way it is. Holy Hannah. What? But that's what their mentality is. It's ridiculous. It's like, well, the rest of the cryptocurrencies, SHIB isn't the rest of the cryptocurrencies. SHIB is on its own. It's on its own. It doesn't have a halving. It doesn't have a 4-year cycle. Look at the reductions. How many times do we do a reduction a week? 6, 7 times? No. And it's going to pick up. It's not going to go down, people. It's going to continue to go up, 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 up. More reductions. In fact, what's going to happen when the price starts going up? We're going to even have more reductions. Does anyone know why? You get the companies that are doing it are getting paid to do it. They get it as a tax deduction. They're getting paid to reduce SHIB circulating supply. Why would anyone do that? I want you to think about it really hard. Why would you reduce SHIB circulating supply? I'm holding 1 million SHIB. For me, it doesn't make any sense. No, not for you, Yodel. It's for the person, the Binance, the Crypto.com, the BlackRock, the Robinhood, the OKX, Gate.io, holding 3 trillion, 5 trillion, 6 trillion, 19 trillion SHIB on their own. They're reducing SHIB circulating supply. Why would they do that? Well, I don't know. Why would they do that? Because it does what? Adds more value to their dollar. It gives them ability to make money with every single reduction and costs them nothing. In fact, when they start doing it on every single transaction, that's 2 transactions, buying and selling, they make money on, they reduce SHIB circulating supply on it. That's what's going to happen. Why would that be important? Not only are they getting paid to reduce it, now they're paying themselves to reduce it. So they're paying themselves twice to reduce SHIB circulating supply to increase their value 2 times. Now, why would they do that? What? Why wouldn't they do that? If you're going to gain more value for your dollar, every exchange should be doing it. Every cryptocurrency should be doing it. Why aren't they all buying SHIB? That's what we're saying. When you see that happening, that is when you're going to see it snowball out of control. Literally out of control. All of a sudden, the light bulb goes off. Boom! Holy crap, we missed this for 4 years? This has been going on for 4 years. We've missed out on all that money. And Ethereum is trying to get their act together and start buying as much SHIB as they can get their hands on from all the other exchanges that are stealing it from them. Because they understand what's going on. They're getting away from paying the fees on the blockchain. Taken away from Ethereum. Now Ethereum says, okay, we got to do something about it. So they stopped the, what is it? What was it they were doing before? They put a stop to the CoinCarp. Okay, it was on the Ethereum blockchain. They were doing it on the Ethereum blockchain with the CoinCarp. Yeah, so if you look at CoinCarp right now, top 100 wallet holders in SHIB, you can't make out heads or tails out of it because they've stopped it. So we'll go in here and look at it. There we go, CoinCarp. So we're at 1286 for price. And you go down here. Yeah. So the first wallet is 410 trillion. And it only shows you billions, 136 billion SHIB reduced. 2.2 million, that's, well, it was, I don't know if it is anymore, but that was BlackRock. Okay, then Binance is right under it with the 2.118, but I don't know because what? They took out the names, they took out the events, so now you can't track them like you could before. And that's the truth of it. That's the number one. The bottom line in OKX was right in there with the top 5 wallet holders, and then of course we have the 5 the 5 trillion SHIB, there's 6 of them. That's 30 trillion that haven't moved in dog's age. So who knows who owns it? Okay, so Mark, okay, there are. Okay, so what's happening right now is a lot of people are on the sidelines. Once you start seeing the influx on exchanges buying it, that means that they're the ones buying it. The same thing with cryptos. Like William from Tron, he bought 50 billion SHIB. That was a big announcement that he made. Now, did he sell it? We don't know, right? But 50 billion SHIB from a crypto is pretty good stuff. We don't know about Koi. Koi's reducing SHIB on a constant basis. Does it do it every day? No, but it does it like every third day, and sometimes it does it twice in the same day. 80. So you're looking for 7239FE80. Okay, they reduced 782,000. We'll go down here. Okay, 3 days ago they reduced 150,000 SHIB. You can go view more. Like I said, it's not every day, but sometimes it's twice a day. Sometimes it's 3 times a day. No, and I can't expand it. Yeah, 7 days ago, a week ago, 7 days is the same thing. 200,000. Let's go back to 1 day ago. Or last page. So 75D253. So we're looking for. Yeah, see, it was done in the same day. Okay, 50,000 and then 782,000, same day. Like I said, sometimes it's the same day, sometimes it's a couple days later, 3 or 4 days later. 180,000 5 days ago. That's Koi, by the way. Everybody wants to know what Koi is. They are not an exchange, they are a coin. Okay? And they're reducing SHIB constantly, and they're in China. So Chinese are burning SHIB. Yes, they are. Just through Koi, though. If they were smart, and hopefully no one tells them, but when they get smart, what they're going to do is they're going to steal SHIB away from everybody. And that's the truth of it, Mark Anthony. You want Elon Musk to buy SHIB. You got bigger fish to fry than Elon Musk trying to buy it. You have the whole world trying to obtain SHIB. And if they do, it's lights out. Like literally lights out. Because they're going to steal it away from everybody. You're not going to have a chance to get into it. And then you're going to be like forced to either sell it because you got so much money sitting in it, and you're going to be selling it straight to the Chinese government, or you're going to hold it and then form a bank and then borrow against it. Why not? That's what I'm going to do. I'm not touching my SHIB. No way. I'm going to be trying to acquire more of it. Are you kidding me? Once you get rid of it, you're selling that value for something of nothing. Because majority of everything that's out there doesn't have any value associated with it. You're buying somebody else's mistakes. Whereas if you're in SHIB, all you do is, I need to borrow $300,000 and hold it in. It's like your house. Imagine your house gaining in value every day. Well, then you borrow more money. Exactly. And then it goes up more value. You borrow even more money. You know the trick now, right? It's like wedging it in gold. No, this is better because it's always going to be doing what? Gaining more value. And why everybody hasn't caught on to it? You got me. You got me. I don't know. I mean, it's just that simple, right? It's just that simple. Oh, it'll never get to a cent. It'll never get to a dollar. Guys, you don't have to worry about it getting to a cent or getting to a dollar because it's going to get there. Now, are we there right now? Hell no. Are we going to get there? Yes. But how are you going to get there? Well, a lot of things are going to happen really fast. Just that you're not paying attention. And that's the truth of it. You're not paying attention. It's inevitable. What's that even mean? It means it's going to happen whether you like it or not. Amen? Whether you like it or not, it's going to happen. Why? People can't live without money. It's that simple. This is the only thing that's going and working against everything that they're borrowing, everything that they're lending, everything that we are setting ourselves up to be. It's being taken advantage of. SHIB cannot be taken advantage of unless you own it. So what's going to happen with SHIB? SHIB's going to go in one direction, straight up. And when people finally clue in, it's going to be too late. All the exchanges, you don't have to worry about the exchanges. You just got to worry about Putin, Sing J. Kim, all the guys that are sitting in where? Gaza. All the ones that are sitting in where? Where the population is, guys. Where is the population of the world? Where is the most debt in the world? That's where the money is going to go into. But it's not going there right away. What's going to happen? The ones that take advantage of it are the ones that are going to benefit from it. And the ones that can see it are the ones that are going to take advantage of it. India has not taken advantage of it. The land of Emirates hasn't taken advantage of it yet. When they do, it's going to change everything. And I do mean everything. Because it's going to give power to people that they never even knew they had. Enormous, enormous power. So much so. And reducing it means what? More value added to every single person holding SHIB. If you're the one holding all SHIB and you're reducing it, that means you're adding the value to yourself. You're giving yourself a license to cheat on everything because you hold all the cards, all of them. Now you hold the world debt in your hands. Why is that dangerous? Think about it. So you don't want one person having total control of it. And because SHIB is so diversified in everything, it's hard to hold it. And people are... It's only worth 7.8 billion market cap. It should be in the 300 to 400, 500, 600 billion dollar market cap right now. Why isn't it? Manipulation? No, just complete ignorance. Just complete ignorance. I don't understand. I mean, you got accountants that have a better understanding of what's going on, and they still haven't figured it out. I don't even know how they missed it. I don't understand it myself. I don't understand how can Ethereum not see their product of what they started and didn't have any follow through. All they had to do, take the $40 billion that they've made and reduce $5 billion worth of SHIB. When it hit back to 4 zeros 4, 4 zeros 3 5, 4 zeros 3 3, and burn another $5 billion worth of SHIB, it would have wiped out a third of the circulating supply. A third. So now we're talking 398 trillion SHIB left in circulation. We have another massive run after 4 months because people take 4 months to catch on what that means. Are you serious? It takes 4 months. It takes 4 months psychology that there's less supply, more demand. That's how ignorant people are. They don't understand that concept. If 4 months, why does it take 4 months? It should only take 4 days. Well, in the stock market, it takes 4 days. In cryptocurrency, we have a whole bunch of new investors who don't understand economics. They don't understand math, but they understand that they're making money when SHIB goes up. They understand that. But they don't understand the economics behind it. So, yeah, it takes 4 months for the psychology to come out, and then all of a sudden, the light bulb goes off, and what do we have? We have a massive run. So they would make what? Next run, we could just predict it. We could honestly say they would make on the bottom line, the bottom scale of things, they would make, how much money would they make on it? Well, they would make probably 5 or 6 billion more than what they made before. Daily? No, but they probably do about, I don't know. So what did they do last time? Between 5 and 6. Now they'll be doing about 7, 8. Yeah, okay, so 7 and 8 billion per day. How much money would they make after 4 months? They made 40 billion last time. How much would they make off the next 4 months? Probably almost double, right? So they make around 60 to 70 billion dollars that they make off of it. Take 5 billion of that, reduce SHIB circulating supply. You know what's going on, right? Well, you know what I'm saying that, right? They didn't increase the amount that they're reducing. They could have. They could say, wait a second, we made money on the first lot. We're in positive territory. We just made another 60 to 70, or maybe we made 65 billion dollars. Why don't we take 10 billion and see what happens? Okay, take 10 billion off the table. So take $10 billion and throw that into SHIB, throw that into the reduction wallets, and everybody's happy, right? We have 10 billion to 12 billion in transactions per day. There's less supply. And we have more wallets being transferred every second. Why is that? Shouldn't it be slowing down? No, it picks up in volume. People are like ridiculous because they don't understand what's going on. They don't understand it. So you have to wait 4 months for the next burn rates to come out, and another 4 months before people start realizing, hey, wait a second, this is ridiculous. Now we're doing another run already. Why are we doing another run for? Because we just reduced SHIB circulating supply by this much money. Well, what's going to happen the next time? Well, the next time they're going to do 20 billion. So SHIB is well under $1 trillion. Now it's at like 400 billion. Volume should dry right up, right? There shouldn't be anyone selling it. Oh, no, it's picked up big time. Why? Because SHIB's now at a cent, 10 cents, 20 cents, 30 cents. And it's doing this micro trading in between. So you have all this micro trading in between, but you still have volume where it's 20, 30 billion. Are you kidding me? How can I have 20, 30 billion transactions per second when you only have 200 billion in supply in the first place? Because people are that crazy. They're shorting it, they're longing it, all in the same breath. They're all scared of missing out. They all want to get in. They want to make as much money as possible on 2 cents, 3 cents, 4 cents, because they're making millions on those 3 to 4 cent moves. And then they do another $20 billion. Ouch. Now there's under 1 million. There's now under 1 billion SHIB left in circulating supply. You're not talking cents anymore. You're talking $20 to $30. Thank you very much. And guess what? Does the volume go down? No, it picks up. Why? People are retarded. They just want the money. In, out, in, out, in, out. So what happens? It's doing 30 billion transactions per day. Instead of slowing down like normal, normally it would slow down. No, it's picking up. So what is Ethereum going to do now that it's picked up? They're going to try and reduce all of it. They're going to try and buy it all. But they're not going to be able to, because what's going to happen with the price? As soon as they try and do something now with that, the price is going to go through the roof. And it's going to be instant. Like instant. As soon as they start to do something where they're reducing 5, 6, 10 billion dollars worth of SHIB, when SHIB is only at it's at a $30 billion market cap or $40 billion market cap, all of a sudden they can't reduce it. Because what's happening with the price? The price is going to go one way, it's going to go shoot through the roof. Now everybody's trying to do the exact same thing. Everybody wants in on the prize. But if Ethereum was smart, that's what they would have done, because they would have held majority of the SHIBs. They would have drove it up. They would have been in the trillion. They'd be the first trillion cryptocurrency market cap ever. They'd force SHIB through the roof. SHIB would be roughly around 400 billion, 500 billion. They wouldn't even be at a trillion market cap. It'd still be at that billion, but there'd be less supply. And eventually, it gets to a certain point where they start to realize, hey, wait a second. SHIB's going to hit $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, $10,000, $20,000, and beat Ethereum eventually, and Bitcoin eventually. It'll have more outstanding SHIB, but no one is selling it. There's zero sellers. All the yo-yos that sold it before, they can't buy it. No one's selling it. What they're doing is hedging it. They started to learn from other people trading it. Now no one's selling it. So the only thing that you can do is buy it. Try and get in. Force the price up even higher. Now people are smart. What are they doing? They're going to the bank and saying, I want to borrow your fiat currency, and I'm going to start reducing SHIB circulating supply with it. If I can get a hold of any to reduce it. But there's always somebody that needs the money. They're going to be able to borrow it. And then it's going to continue to grow in value. So the more value, the more money you can borrow. It's like your house. Hey. But it's gaining in value every single day. Every single day. At that point, so why would you sell something that's got value behind it? That's a good question. And that's something you'll have to ask yourself later on. And nobody else can take it away from you unless you want them to. And that's the bottom line. And if they think that you're doing this for all the wrong reasons, it's creating a cult, want to ask yourselves, how many people own US dollars? Right? How many people own US dollars? Why are you trading that? Are you a cult? No, I'm part of the US. So you're part of a cult. Well, if it's part of the US, then yes, I guess I am a part of a cult. Because that's what people are telling you. Notice when people want you out of something, that's exactly what they tell you. Right? That's exactly it. They want you out. They want your SHIB. They want it all. I want it all. And I want it now. So that's what they're selling. I don't know if you believe me or don't believe me. Don't have to. SHIB's going to make you all extremely wealthy. All you got to do is have patience. No. Have wisdom. Remember, patience, you're going to get tested. 10 feet, remember? You only see 10 feet in front of you when you ask for patience. Very scary stuff. Very scary stuff because there's potholes. There's people on the side of the road. There's ambulances. There's trucks going in and out. There's people slowing down to 20, 30. And it's zigzag roads. As soon as you get some height, though, you start to see, hey, wait a second. After this, it's smooth sailing. It's calm. There's no ruts. It's just, and it's in gold. It's in gold, right? Because once you get over these little humps, these little hurdles of people trying to figure out where they want to be, what they're going to do, if they want in or out, it's not doing anything right now. A lot of people telling you the same thing on the sidelines. Everybody telling you, oh, it's time to get out. It's time to get out, time to get in, time to get out, time to get in. SHIB's starting to move now, so it's time to get back in. You could have stayed in the first place and watched it grow. Every single day that we do a reduction in SHIB circulating supply, we're adding value. What does that value mean? Well, it means a lot to a lot of people, but for all the wrong reasons. Because they don't see the value. In fact, majority of influencers out there refuse to see the value. And that's the truth of it. You can't train these people, right? Once the light bulb goes off, though, look out, right? Because they're going to be telling everybody, hey, listen, it's constantly adding value, which means you should be getting into it. You shouldn't be on the sidelines. And right now, it's dirt cheap, extremely cheap. $13, $12.98 buys you 1 million SHIB, US. Everybody's asking for more money and driving down the value of your currency. And SHIB is increasing the value of its currency constantly. Not devaluing, it's constantly adding value. How long before the rest of the world figure it out? And who's going to tell them about it? Maybe the SHIB army? Maybe the SHIB community should be explaining it to everybody so that they can understand it, so that they can take part in it and be part of something bigger, better, and greater than themselves. And I'm Will, your host of the SHIB Worldwide 50/50 Raffle. Make sure you stay tuned and make sure you, if you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe, and comment on the channel. I thank every single person every single day. Thank God that I have you to talk to. Watson. Hi, Watson. How are you? Yeah, we're going to call it a night, Watson. Sorry that you took so long to come in, but yeah, it is that time of the night where we say adios, amigos. So John 3:16, why? Because we can. No, because Jesus loves us all. Jesus was the messenger. No, was our Savior, was our Messiah, was our Lamb of God that was sent to forgive us of our sins. Right. So he's our Savior in grace. So he took away the sins of the world so we would have eternal life in heaven. Amen to that, brothers. Amen. So God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son as a sacrificial lamb for the entire human race. Human race. I want you everybody to remember that, please. The whole world. Not just this group of people, not just that group of people. Every single person on the planet. Anyone going to Jesus Christ is saved. Thanks. Amen. Hallelujah, brothers and sisters. And have a great night, Mark Anthony. God bless you. Take good care of yourselves. Jason Cox, massive love shout out to you. Massive love shout out to Babe's channel. Massive love shout out to Rowena. Massive love shout out to Wena. Prince Williams, massive love shout out to you. Hoping to get the website up and running as soon as possible. And then we can start exploring what we can do for the entire SHIB community to get this raffle going. Because I know everybody's waiting in anticipation to see this raffle actually unfold and see what they can actually get out of it. God bless each and every one of you. Peace out, everybody. Until tomorrow, we'll have to settle down. Until tomorrow, we'll just keep moving on. Littlest Hobo, that's right. Take good care. Canadian made, buddy. Canadian made. All right, take it.